Welcome to the deep dive. We take sources you send us, dig into them, and pull out the key stuff.
Yeah, basically saving you the reading time, hopefully, giving you the core insights.
Exactly. Think of us as your shortcut. And today, wow, we've got a really interesting one. It's sort of philosophical.
Definitely. It's based on a piece called Reflection on Marcel, looking at freedom, ownership, presence, all through a personal story and the ideas of philosopher Gabriel Marcel.
Right. So our mission here, our goal for this deep dive is to kind of explore how our ideas about owning things and just our basic ways of thinking.
How they really shape our relationships, how we see ourselves, our well-being, everything really. It's about the foundations, you know?
Yeah. And it all kicks off with this story about a canary from Antonio G. Aguila.
It sounds simple, doesn't it?
It does. He had this pet canary, cared for it daily, kept it in a cage. And then one day, whoops, cage door left open. Bird's gone.
Ah.
And Aguila's first reaction, pretty much what you'd expect, anger, regret, like he'd lost something that was his.
Right, that feeling of lost possession. It makes sense. He put care into it, so he felt it belonged to him. It's a very human thing.
Totally. We link care with ownership, and loss feels like, well, loss of control.
Exactly.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Sometime later, Aguila's outside, and he hears a canary singing.
Okay.
And he realizes it's his canary, singing out there, free. And in that moment, something just clicks. His whole idea of owning that bird just shifts.
So,
He realized that even though the bird wasn't his in the cage anymore, the song, its beauty,
oh.
that still belonged to him in a different way.
I see. So not about possession like physical holding.
No, it was about appreciating his presence. It's being, even from a distance, the connection wasn't just the cage.
That's a powerful shift. True ownership then isn't about control. It's about perception, appreciation.
Yeah, that ability to connect with the essence of something, even if you can't, hold on to it.
And this connects directly to Gabriel Marcel's ideas, which the source digs into. These two modes of reflection he talks about.
Right. Primary and secondary reflection. Okay, let's maybe unpack this a bit. Primary reflection. Marcel says it's analytical. It dissects, breaks things down.
Like looking at the parts rather than the whole.
Exactly. And you can see how Aguila's initial anger fits right in there. Canary gone, loss. A stolen possession, the author calls it. It's very fragmented.
Makes sense. Science uses this a lot, right? Analyzing components. But in life, maybe it makes us focus too much on what's missing.
Could be. So recognizing when we're maybe overanalyzing, losing the bigger picture, that seems key.
Definitely. And secondary reflection is the flip side. It's more direct, more unified. It brings the experience back together.
How does that work?
Well, for Briella, hearing the song let him access that secondary reflection. It wasn't just Lost Bird. It was the joy of the bird, its song, the memory, the connection. It restored the wholeness.
Okay, so stepping back, contemplating it, rebuilds that unity.
Precisely. And Marcel's point is that this isn't just intellectual gymnastics. It's how we can find deeper meaning and connection.
And the author of our source, Doan Ngoc, makes this super relatable. They share a story from their 20s about a romantic relationship.
Oh, yeah, that part was quite powerful.
They talk about wanting that exclusive ownership, getting upset if their partner even talked to others. Sounds intense.
Yeah, and familiar probably for many people, that desire for exclusivity, seeing the partner almost like a personal possession, as they put it.
It sounds like being trapped in that primary reflection mode again, analyzing every interaction, feeling threatened.
Exactly. Focusing on control, on the mine aspect rather than the relationship itself. It can be suffocating, like the author described.
And the breakthrough for them are realizing, well, love is not about control. Simple statement, but huge implications.
Huge. It's that shift. Moving away from trying to possess someone towards appreciating them as, well, them, an individual.
To have their own freedom.
Right. Secondary reflection allows that broader view. Love based on connection, respect, appreciation, not ownership.
The author mentions feeling regret, reading Aguila'S story later, wishing they'd understood this stuff sooner. Avoided some pain.
Yeah, that really hits home. Looking back with new understanding can be tough. But it shows growth, too.
And it mirrors Aguila'S own shift, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From musket bird back to just appreciating it out there in the world.
It does. And it highlights that idea, if you cling too tight, you often lose what you're holding on to. The author's conclusion is so sharp. Seeking to possess someone is foolish. Ownership is not love.
And that line, when I try to cling to something, I am already losing it. Wow.
It speaks to the nature of things, doesn't it? Nothing is static. True appreciation, true love maybe, lies in that deeper understanding, not in trying to freeze things.
So it's about the appreciation, not the label of ownership.
And Aguila didn't stop at the Canary. That realization sort of expanded.
It did. He started seeing beauty everywhere, flowers, dogs, a spiderweb, even as belonging to him simply because he cherished them.
That's a beautiful way to look at the world. It's not about owning plots of land or specific objects, but about your capacity to connect and appreciate.
And fascinatingly, this helped the author with their own insecurities, feeling limited, comparing themselves to others.
Which seems like a leap, but it makes sense. If you stop seeing things, even talents, as strictly mine or yours.
Then you can appreciate others' talents without feeling diminished yourself.
Exactly. The author realized talent isn't just personal skill. It includes your connections, the friend who's good at tech, the musician helping the choir.
Right, those examples were great. It becomes about collaboration, shared strength.
Yeah, asking for help, enjoying what others bring. It actually makes you feel more capable, not less. You tap into a bigger pool. Less envy, more shared joy.
It's a much richer way to operate. We're interconnected. Relying on others is strength.
And it all circles back to that core idea. It's not just what happens, it's how we think about what happens.
Our perception, our response. The author argues we need to learn how to think, just like we learn to eat or speak.
It's fundamental, not just acquiring facts, but developing that capacity for deeper understanding of ourselves, others, the world.
Which brings us back to Marcel's primary and secondary reflection. Primary. The analytical tool, great for science, but can fragment experience.
And secondary. The philosophical tool, maybe. Restores unity, helps us see the whole picture.
And we need both, right? It's not about ditching analysis.
No, not at all. Marcel stressed using both is vital for profound contemplation, not just for academics, but for anyone trying to live well.
Because the quality of life really depends on how we engage with the world.
That's the essence of it. These insights moving from possession to appreciation, from fragmentation to unity, they can genuinely shift your outlook. Free you from past regrets, maybe, or narrow thinking.
So we started with a lost canary.
And ended up exploring freedom, connection, and basically how to live in greater harmony, shifting from obsession with having to cherishing being.
We saw how Marcel's primary and secondary reflection gives us a lens to understand possessiveness, insecurity.
And how moving towards that more unified, appreciative view, secondary reflection, can open things up.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Think about a time you might have been stuck in that primary reflection mode. Dissecting, focusing on loss or control.
And just consider, how might shifting your perspective, trying to see the whole picture, that secondary reflection, how might that change things? Your feelings, your understanding.
What does presence really mean for you? In your relationships, or just appreciating the world? Big questions, maybe.
But hopefully this deep dive gave you some food for thought.
Thanks for exploring it with us.